Hey, nah, Mo. At this point, Slim, just delete the whole franchise, bro. 31-0 to the Minnesota Vikings, bro. Let's talk
Shout out
about
to
it.
Juan Gotti talking sports. You know what it
Listen,
is. Shout out Juan Gotti talking sports.
The way that we live is not for everybody.
Nah, that ain't it, y'all.
How do you think the rest of Jaden Daniels' career is going to go? If we're, 6-7 games into Jaden Daniels' career and he's already milking injuries? Like,
Stop saying my name, you dick riding bastard.
this is literally all of us right now, chat. This is literally us. We tired, man. We are tired. We are abused. Why do we keep doing this every single week, man? It don't get no better. Every single week, we go out there and we get abused, man. It don't get no better. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I think this has to go down as one of the most uninterested times I ever was in a Commanders game. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, bro. Like, I literally was doing so much other things. I was on the iPad watching other games. I was going in and out of the room. You know what I'm saying? I'm walking past it. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Like, it was so hard to watch this game today. And the crazy thing about it is it started off well. Before Deebo Samuel dropped that touchdown in the back of the end zone, it started off good. I'm thinking, okay, hold on. We might actually be in for a solid game. Now, offensively, at least. Defensively, I don't know. But offensively, I'm like, okay, Jay and Daniels back. He hooking up with Terry McLaurin early and often. I'm like, all right, let's go. Let's have a day. And then, like, after that drive, bro, we couldn't manufacture nothing, bro. I mean, nothing. And then what makes it go worse is the fact that now Jay Daniels had to leave the game yet again, which what we assume is because the elbow injury isn't 100% healed. He threw an interception and he threw the pick and he landed hard after taking a tackle from the defender of the Minnesota Vikings. At that point, after that, I said, you know what? DQ, learn your lesson. Don't do what you did versus Seattle. Pull him. And I get it. Juan, you sound so wishy-washy because when he first hurt his elbow injury, you was like, man, it's no point of bringing him back, sit him out for the rest of the year. And then after you seen that he was getting healthy, you like, man, play him. He needs his reps. And now you're reverting back to sit him out for reps. Man, this team has done that to me, y'all. I'm so wishy-washy. I'm blaming it. I'm putting it all on because of this team. Yes. I'm not taking no accountability for my wishy-washiness. 1 week I want Jaden Daniels out there, but after seeing him play and seeing him get hit and get hurt, I want him benched for the rest of the year, man. Save him. This season's done. We're 3-10. We got 31 balled by the Minnesota Vikings. They are ass. We made that was 9 who we saw today. We saw 9 worked us today. That wasn't JJ McCarthy. That was 9. And he dogged us. His alter ego came out and punished us. Had JJ McCarthy out there looking like prime Joe Montana, Steve Young. I'm out this joint like, hold on, this ain't the same JJ McCarthy who was looking terrible a few weeks ago. Why do we always make everybody look good? Like, why do we have to be the team that everybody just get right against? You know what I'm saying? Like in a game in which Justin Jefferson, in my opinion, was quite bit a non-factor, if we're being honest, I would have thought this defense would have had a nice day. Oh boy, was I wrong. JJ McCarthy out that jump, slinging the pill. Naylor, Jefferson, Addison, Hawkinson, Jordan Mason. What's my man name from Green Bay with the headline that stopped back here? Aaron Jones. Like, bruh, like I'm like, fool, it's like knife through butter with this defense. Knife through butter. Yeah, Mike. My only interest in this game, as the Bills just put the dagger in the Bengals. That's the kind of game I want to see. You know what I'm saying? But in a game in which I only showed up for Jay and Daniels, I'm not gonna hold you. I only showed up for Fab. I only showed up to see this offense. After I seen what happened to Fab, I lost all interest. I'm not gonna hold you. I ended the stream. I started doing other shit because I don't care no more, bro. And for all my people that want a top pick, this was the one game that I was afraid of that we might have won. But at this point, chat, we might not win another game. And we might go 3-13. And we might get a top pick how y'all want. And at what point do we start to have the uncomfortable situation about protecting Jay and Daniels? Because I'm trying so hard not to blame him for his injuries because he can't control it. He wants to play ball. But at what point do we have to start protecting this guy? Invest in the offensive line. So I know we got Josh Connolly. I know we got Laramie Tunsil. But, like, my guy, I mean, and I get it. His injuries are so fluky. One, you can't really blame the offensive lineman because it ain't like it's he's standing in the pocket on that play. He threw a pick and he tried to chase him down, and then bruh from the Vikings, whoever he was, he hit him good. Pause. And he landed on that elbow. I'm not gonna sit up here and act as if that elbow injury was 100%. But something ain't right about that, chat. Something ain't right about that. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I thought the elbow was 100%. But you telling me you landing on the elbow knocked you out for the rest of the game? That has me believing he probably shouldn't have been cleared. That's the kind of shit that you prepare for. Contact, right? When he was cleared for contact, that's the kind of stuff that you prepare for and hope he can withstand. You know, so maybe he was a week early. Maybe the team doctor shouldn't have cleared him. But I'm telling you, man, at this point, we got to protect him, bro. Like, he's literally our franchise. And every single time he goes down and he doesn't come back in the game, you're giving these fans that want to so badly put the RG3 stigma on him, you're giving them ammo week in and week out because he's not finishing games when he plays. And when he does play, he's out, he's getting hurt and he's missing weeks. But when he comes back, he's getting hurt again. And being like, you know what I'm saying? So my thing is, if you're going to ride behind Jay and Daniels, if he is going to be your guy, as we all feel like he is, you bet to protect him this offseason. My guy has got hurt 5 times this year, chat. Let me say that again for the people in the back that are hard of hearing. My guy, our guy, 5, has got hurt 5 times this year. That should tell you, I don't care about this team needing a pass rusher. I don't care about this team not having enough offensive weapons. I don't care about this team not having an RB1. Shout out Chris Rodriguez, because if he's not your RB2 headed into next year, you're doing this thing wrong. My guy has been killing it. But I don't care about none of the needs anymore. Your number one priority after seeing your franchise guy who you invested the number 2 overall pick in go down 5 times this year to injury. Your number one priority has to be, what can I do to protect this guy without changing his style of play? Because that's the last thing that you want to do. You want to know what else I'm starting to think about now? It's his mental. And Jaden has never been a guy that's been, mentally tested in terms of, not being able to battle back. He's never showed that he can't handle things like this. He's always had a strong mental. But we don't know that for sure. We don't know him. So to continue to go out there week in and week out to get your brains bashed in, get hurt every single time, at what point does that start taking a toll on his mental? And then when he gets back healthy, does he start seeing ghosts? That's the kind of questions that you have to start asking. Oh my God. Joe Burrow and Buffalo, man, that's a game. But that's the kind of questions that you have to start asking yourself. Because although I know 5 is mentally strong, although I know 5 is going to bounce back and be a superstar next year, at what point do we have to start questioning that, though? Like, is he okay? Because think about it. Think about every single time you go to your job. You're happy. You're motivated to get your job done. You love what you do first and foremost. This is something that you've been dreaming of doing all your life. And it seems like every single time you go out there or you go to your job, something bad happens. It's like you can't win. And after so many losses and after so much stuff going not your way, it could potentially start to affect you mentally. And you could start to believe, well, maybe this ain't for me. Oh my God, Chase Brown dropped it. So that's where I'm at with it. I'm all about protecting 5. So if that means first round, I don't care. I know y'all gonna be like, Juan, you crazy. I already know. But if that means first round, draft a Brandon Scherf guard, because we already got our tackles. At least Lermy Tunsil, I assume he's our strong tackle. Obviously, I think Josh Garnley has been doing well down the stretch. I definitely think that to be the case as well. But if that means guard first round, I'm all for it at this point, because I cannot withstand another year of Jaden Daniels being hurt. How do you expect to win games without your quarterback? And if he has another season injury riddled like this, oh man, these fans, look at the comments. These fans some of them already turned on him. RG3, this RG3 that missed me with that. I don't care. RG3 is not nearly as talented as Jaden Daniels. And if you're talking just injury's sake, he has not had a major injury like RG3 has had. Has he had multiple injuries this year? Yes. But none of them has been to the point where it's like, I need major knee surgery, major this surgery, I'm out for the rest of the year. That's never been what happened to Jaden Daniels. So miss me with all the bullshit about comparing him to RG3. And I'm going to get real with y'all. And I said this in my yesterday's video. The only reason why I think people compare RG3 and Jaden Daniels is because they are black, they can run the football, and they play for the Washington Commanders. I'm not political. I love every single race. I'm a man of color. I love every single race. But I'm going to be real with you. Had Jaden Daniels been white, Mexican, whatever, and these same injuries was happening, would you be comparing them to RG3? Let me better yet say that in a more cleaner way. If Jaden Daniels was a pocket passer, had no ick of athletic ability, and he was white, but sustaining the same kind of injuries, would you have flashbacks to Robert Griffin III? No, you wouldn't. So in my opinion, I feel like this is strictly a color thing. That's just me. And if I get canceled for that and I get, kicked off the internet for that, so be it. But that's what I think it is. It's the fact that he's black, he can run, and he plays for the Washington Commanders. And the last time we had a quarterback like that, this was the result. An injured quarterback. So some of y'all need to just wash your face and allow these they're not the same. Stop it. That pass that Jaden Daniels threw the back of the end zone on 4th and goal to Deebo Samuel that he dropped. RG3 ain't making that. RG3 ain't making that. And trust me, I watched every year of RG3 in 2012. I remember that season. RG3's rookie season was built off of exciting plays that he made with his legs. And Jaden Daniels last year, his exciting plays were made off of anticipation, pure skill, and grit and arm talent. You know what I mean? Yeah, he had his ability to run, but we still waiting for that RG3 76-yard run. He may never have that because that's not his game. He's a quarterback that wants to be a quarterback, but can run. But I'm off that. Let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about this game. Let's get the positives out the way. Can we all agree that Chris Rodriguez is balling? Can we all agree that Chris Rodriguez should be the running back 2 of this team? I'm not telling you he should be the running back 1 next year. I'm not telling you to not draft another running back if you find one better in this upcoming draft or in free agency if you find somebody good, or if Bill is still your option at RB1, which I highly doubt at this point. Maybe next year that's different. But he deserves to be your RB2 heading into camp next year. At worst. Talk about a guy that has got this out the mud. Drafted from Kentucky. Practice squad, cut. Practice squad, cut. Tendered. Preseason beast. Doesn't get caught up until week 13. Talk about a guy that has earned every single step of the way. And if there's one positive that has came from this season, it is him. Chris Rodriguez is nice. And he has earned himself an opportunity to at least be the running back 2 on this team, if you ask me. You pair him up with a shifty, back that can do it all, maybe catch out the backfield, that can take the top off of a defense in terms of, bursting through the hole and getting 25, 30 yards and, turn on the afterburners. Maybe that's Bill. Again, maybe that's Bill. But if I can just do a good job at reading the body language and how they view him, I'm not saying they're over him completely in terms of the future, but the lack of curries that he has received through the latter part of the season. Hold on, let me mute this. Through the latter part of the season, after bursting on the scene, tells me a lot. I don't know if they believe in him. But all I know is Chris Rodriguez is your running back 2 at least. I don't know where do we begin with this defense. Today felt horrible. It was probably like the worst I've ever seen. And I know it seems like we say that every single week, but God damn. No pressure on JJ McCarthy. Mind you, this guy is a guy that you get the lick. You get in his vicinity just a tad bit. Oh, he ready to turn the ball over. He ready to do some dumb shit. He had all day today. I'm like, where's the pressure? After what you did to Bo Nix last week, I'm thinking this week gonna be just as much as that, if not more. No pressure on 9 today. You know what I mean? I really didn't care too much for the coverage because I'm like, you got Jonathan Jones out there. Like, what you expect? Mikey Sanders, I saw he had a pass breakup, but Mikey Sanders still gave up some big plays. Like, I didn't care for the secondary. I ain't gonna lie. All they do the secondary was toast. You're out Marshawn Lattimore. You're out Trey Amos. Like, I already knew the secondary was cooked. I was just hoping, okay, maybe this pass rush is okay. Von Miller came out and said that he wanted to come back next year. He had a sack today. Who is the guy that they called up from the practice squad today? What they say his name was? Malik, was it Malik something or Michael? It wasn't Michael Walker. It was some practice squad Bama. And I'm like, who? I'm like, hold on. Who they say? You know what I'm saying? Like, this defense, it was horrible. And I know a lot of people are going to be so quick to jump on the back of Dan Quinn and say this and that about Dan Quinn. But Cincinnati defense is so ass, bro. They just let Josh Allen convert 3rd and 15 with his legs, bro. Mind you, they put up 34 points but allowed 39. Like, their defense is so bad, bro. Like, it's crazy. But I'm like, who is this dude? You know what I mean? But this defense, man, I mean, look, I don't know what do we do, man? DeMarcus Walker, that was his name. DeMarcus Walker. Who the hell is DeMarcus Walker? Anybody know who that is? DeMarcus Walker. Let me find out. We going on the street and we just picking up guys. Picking up randoms. DeMarcus Walker. Stop me if you heard that name before. 31-year-old former Chicago Bear. Like, what are we doing? Like, we have nobody, bro. Like, this season is just wrap it up, bro. Like, I'm so ready for the off season, man. I'm so ready for the off season, bro. Like, it's crazy, man. It's crazy, chat. Terry had 3 receptions for 41 a day. That was cool. Noah Brown did his signature pass interference call that got us a first down. You know what I mean? I don't even care about analyzing this game. This I'm reading the comments. I'm reading the comments and I'm getting out of here. I'm gonna watch some good football. It's no point in analyzing the game. If you guys want to call into the show for tomorrow's video, make sure you leave a comment or you call in 240-804-7327. That is on the screen ticker down below. You can call in, but I'm gonna read y'all comments and we're gonna get out of here because I want to watch some good football. Ain't nothing to analyze. When you lose 31-0, it ain't nothing. Ain't nothing to analyze when you lose 31-0. We fans are an abusive relationship with the team. We always root for them, yet they keep hurting us every single year. And every single year we are. We're in a manipulative, abusive relationship, gaslit relationship. We are. And we don't have the balls to walk away. So we're going to keep getting abused year in and year out. We're going to keep getting manipulated and sucked back in. That's just who we are. Jay and Daniels reminded me of the Anthony Davis of the NFL at this point. K-Dog, I'm not going to lie to you. That stings to hear, man. But I can't deny you at this point. I'm going to only say, let this continue to happen next year. At this point, I think the Anthony Davis of the NFL got to be Joe Burrow. But let this happen next year. We can come back to this comment, and maybe you're right. But I'm not going to let just one bad, unlucky, cursed year just decide that. You know what I mean? But terrible showing. Coaches was horrible. What about that first half development where we had 2 timeouts, like a minute 19, and we did not burn no timeouts. We just let the clock wind down, and we snapped it on 3rd and 12, and I think it was an incomplete pass, and we just punted it away. It was no aggression there. It felt like we was playing to lose right there. Because we had 2 timeouts, a minute 19, to move the ball down the field. We're not trying to score or do anything. And then I guess in hindsight, it's cool because you wanted to milk the clock because you didn't want to give Minnesota too much time left offensive. But man, after that, you know, we got cooked extra crispy, P. Extra crispy. Okay, Juan, Dan seats has to be warm after this game. Not to me. DQs, and I know y'all, a lot of y'all are gonna disagree with me, and a lot of y'all are gonna be upset with me for saying this, and you're totally right to feel that way. Dan Quinn's seat is not hot for me. It can't be hot after 1 year after you know what I'm saying, taking us to the playoffs, and then this is the 1 year that everyone wants to base off of you being trash, everything that's went wrong around you. Now, had he not did what he did last year, and he gave us a mediocre year last year, and then he turned this year in, okay, he can be on the hot seat. He could potentially even be fired. But I'm not gonna let this bad year be the reason why we fire him because of look at everything around him. Had everything been healthy and we just play like this regardless, like no excuses, okay, maybe you have a conversation. I'm not gonna let I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not there yet, bro. I'm not there yet. Don't think the coaches now. Don't think it's the coaches now. Most of these players are happy to receive a game check. Fire Cliff and DQ and AP. So you want to reset it again, huh? You want to reset it again? At what point do we have to realize, like, okay, if we keep factory resetting, how do we expect to grow? How do we expect to turn this thing around if every 2 years we're hiring new guys? You know what I'm saying? Team doesn't got no heart, man. 30 after 31-0, man. Hurst looking like a weak owner, but he just got here. A lot of y'all weren't saying this last year when things were going good. Now Josh Hurst is a weak owner. This man invests everything into this team. Now he's a weak owner, bro. I'm not a 76ers fan, but it seems like he sure as hell care about us a lot more than any of his other franchises. Sixers, not Flies, New Jersey Devils. Now he's a weak owner. Nah, I'm not rocking with that. Cause we could damn sure go back to Dan Snyder. We could still be under Dan Snyder. Now he's a weak owner. Just a year ago, we was all sizing him up because he did all this. He put together this crazy front office with Magic Johnson and Bob Sayers and all these guys and Adam Peters. Just a year ago, it was thank you, Josh. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Josh. Now a year later, he's looking weaker, and he's about to get us a new state-of-the-art stadium in the heart of the city, in the heart of Washington, D.C., where a lot of y'all want to go back to, where I think we should go back to, where a lot of us was born and some are even raised. Y'all want, I'm not rocking with that. Y'all can have y'all opinions on other things, but the owner is one that I'm not rocking with because this man has literally got us out the gutter, bro. KOC was calling great play. He was, especially that Justin Jefferson little, what was that Justin Jefferson little screen? Like he brought him out wide, had the blocks already set up for him, and then he brought him back inside. Like, so all he had to do was just follow the blockers because everything was already set for him. Let me see how the Steelers game ended. The Steelers actually won, huh? Oh, it's 156. Man, our game ended at 341. Yo, why is he screaming? Bro, the game ended at 341, bro. That is crazy. I'm thinking all these other games still gonna be over. These don't still going, bro. Because our game ended so early. But yeah, first round wide receiver. I'm not mad at it. I told y'all my stance though at this point. I'm all for protecting 5. If that mean even, hey, I'm getting a first round guard, bro. I don't care. Cause I'm not about to sit through another year of my guy continuing to get beat up and hurt and all this and all that. So 60% of the roster, but hey, if Cornell Tate is there, that's the only guy that I know of right now that everybody want. If he there, I ain't turning it down. 60% of the roster. Hey, 60% of this roster that you're seeing, you shouldn't even be seeing. Seems like 60. Hold up. Goodies, Shaq. Goodies, Shaq. Goodies. All right. 60% of the roster. 60% of the roster you shouldn't even be seeing right now. I ain't gonna lie. You shouldn't even be seeing 60% of this roster, but okay. It is what it is. JN is one of the guys that wants to clean house, and I ain't gonna change your mind at this point. We 3-10. Offense was worse than the defense today. I think, like, bro, that first drive, I'm thinking things was gonna be going good. C-Rod ran the ball good today. Ben Sinnott had a catch today. Prayers up for Zach Ertz, which I think his career's done, man. I think that's another torn ACL. You know what I mean? So I think his career is unfortunately done. And I hate that it had to end like this, man. He was a really good piece for us over these last 2 years. A great guy in the community. And he loved Jaden, and Jaden threw his helmet after, the reaction to seeing his injury. I feel bad for him, man. I really do. Clean house. I'm not there. No, I'm not cleaning the house. You can't sit up here and tell me after 2 years why we should clean house after one bad year under Dan Quinn. And if we clean house, who the hell are we going to hire as head coach, as defensive coordinator, as offensive coordinator, and as general manager? Because when you clean house, you're talking about getting rid of everybody after one bad season. So let me just ask you this. If we hypothetically clean house, and let's say we go with your route, clean house, and we bring in the guys that you want to bring in. And let's say that first year does not go well. How would you feel if the fans that did not want to clean house with the last regime came to you and said, clean house, fire everybody, get rid of everybody, we're trash, we suck? You going to sit there and say, guys, come on, relax, it's just one season. A lot of y'all were the same people last year that was back in the play of Dan Quinn, back in the play of Adam Peters. And after a year in which you can't sit up here and tell me without the injuries, we're 3-10. You're ready to jump off ship because of a year in which everything that went wrong went wrong for this team. Ain't like this the same team from last year and we're just 3-10. If that was the case and we stayed healthy and we were just ass, okay, you may have an argument. But with everything that has went wrong with this team, there's no way you should be wanting to clean house, bro. It's just no way, bro. Take first round. AP roster is a joke. Debo can go. I ain't gonna lie. Rip 21. I was a big Debo guy. I was. And I'm not saying after today I'm not. I would love to have him back, but man, you can't drop that touchdown, bro. And then on the screenplay, it looked like he didn't even know what the call was because 5 tried to get it out to him, I guess, too quick. And Dallas turned and lit him up. He wasn't prepared. Like, if they don't want to bring Debo back, bro, I'm not losing sleep over it. But I thought he was going to be a part of this regime moving forward. And let me know. Maybe I'm tripping. And maybe I just didn't pay attention through the injury reports this week. No, he played. He had one target. Where was Treylon Burks today? Like, damn. It's not the line. Jane Daniels is a delicate bag of glass. Is as delicate as a bag of glass. I couldn't even fathom it would have been this bad this year. And you're right. Why do we always make everyone look good? This is bullshit, man. Look, I'm not gonna start the Jaden Daniels is made of glass thing until next year. If 5 goes out there next year and he has 5 injuries again, okay, the Anthony Davis of the NFL, he's made of glass. Okay, then you can start that. But me, I'm not gonna do that. I still believe in 5. He's still my guy, and yeah. As a Vikings fan, I guess Donald gave JJ Mack his magic. LOL. Hey, look, trust me. You played the Washington Commanders. Hey, if JJ McCarthy played us every single week, he'd be the MVP, man. I'm not gonna lie. He looked good today. Maybe is this the turning point for 9? Is 9 gonna come out from week on week in and week out for y'all now? We'll see. Right. They're not protecting him though, regardless. And that's why I say, man. That's why I say, at this point, you're not getting rid of Jane Daniels. He's your franchise guy. You're not getting rid of Dan Quinn. You're not getting rid of Adam Peters. So I know we have other itching needs. I understand that. And I would love a Cornell Tate receiver. I would love a Arvell Reese pass rusher, one of these guys in the draft. I would love that. At this point, my biggest concern is protecting 5. Whatever we got to do. So, if that's drafting a guard in the first round, I don't care at this point. Because you can't tell me 5 upright and healthy ain't a beast. Every single time he try to get some type of momentum, shit just goes wrong. Debo not a number 2. He wasn't even supposed to be the number 2 this year. He was supposed to be Noah Brown. He was supposed to be the number 2 option. And shit just ain't go right. If Jaden is hurt 2 times next year, do we start having a conversation about moving on from him? I can't even think about having that kind of conversation. I'm gonna say no, but it depends. Like, what kind of injuries are we talking about? Are we talking about nicks and bruises? He missed a week, but if we're talking like long-term injuries, I don't want to have those kind of conversations. But I can't defute the fans that do want to have them conversations. If next year we get into the season and he has another injury in which, let's say, he missed 4 or 5 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to say no because I'm going to just speak good on him. But for the fans that want to have those conversations next year, if he does sustain another serious enough injury to where he's out for multiple weeks, receivers can't get open except Terry. Yeah, you could say that. The play calling sucked. That tone was set when we didn't run for ball. We threw 3 passes on the 1 yard line. And I really say 2 because the one of them was intended for Brandon Coleman, and Brandon Coleman's a goddamn lineman. And don't get me wrong, it was open. 5 just didn't get to him because he didn't see him. But like, come on, bro. C-Rob was running the ball great that first drive. You couldn't have gave it to him one more time on that drive. You gave it to him a little bit down by the goal line, but you couldn't give it to him one more time to see if he could punch it in. And if not, okay, we got 3rd and 4th down. Throw the ball. So play calling wasn't the best. The whole coaching staff must go. Quinn is a retard. I'll go Terry with full catch for 41 yards. He's ass. He's not ass. Just a week prior ago, everybody was just glazing him because he was back and he almost had 100 yards and a touchdown. He was frying Patrick Surtain. Terry ain't. How Terry ass 4 catches, 41 yards? Terry can't throw the ball to himself, Commander DeLorean. Come on, man. How is he ass all of a sudden? He can't throw the ball to himself. 4 catches for 41 yards in a day, which you didn't score no points offensively. I think that's a plus. But hey. That's just me. Let's see what y'all talking about in the comment section, though. Let me scroll all the way down. I was all the way up there. Is Jaden durable enough for the NFL? I mean, I would think so, man. Yes. Let's talk about all of his injuries. So his first injury he sustained running away from Micah Parsons, twisted his knee. That can happen to anybody. If you're Jaden Daniels and you're how much he weigh? Let's say 160. I don't know, 170, 160. I know he weighs more than that. But whatever. Let's say you're Jaden Daniels' weight. Okay, you twist your knee, you can hurt your knee. If you're Ben Roethlisberger weight, if you're a bigger, fatter quarterback, you can still twist your knee like that. Probably even worse because you're fat as shit. So, it don't matter. Okay. The second injury, the hamstring. Bro, that happens. Like, he went back, tried to run, went down, grabbing his hamstring versus Dallas. That can happen to anybody. That literally can happen to anybody. Okay. The dislocated elbow. He ran. He tried to make a play. Fell on his elbow. That can happen to anybody. That can happen to me and you. My wrist is messed up right now. My wrist hurts right now. I barely can do this without pain. And I feel like I'm durable. It just happens from playing football. In my case, working out, lifting weights. It happens. So it doesn't matter. Like, it'd be one thing if he was out this jump just getting smashed, like Jackson Dart, for an example. It'd be one thing if it was like that every week consistently, and he's consistently getting concussions. 5 isn't sustaining concussions. Those are the kind of things where you ask, is he durable enough? Because he's continuing to get knocked loose. No, these are injuries that are just happening, man. And it's unfortunate. It doesn't matter if you weigh Jaden Daniels' weight or if you are if you're 250, bro. If it's football, man. You know what I mean? Dan won't make it year 4 shades of ATL. If he has another year like next year, I would entertain that conversation. But right now, I'm not entertaining that conversation. I'm not entertaining that conversation. JD5 missed a lot of open receivers. I will have to look back at the game to really see that, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I told you after 5 went down, Tony. I was like this. Oh yeah, okay. Walk out the room. Okay. Mariota threw a pick. After Mariota threw that pick, I said, "Oh yeah, okay. Let me look at something else." You know what I'm saying? I wasn't about to stress over that. So I gotta look back at the game to really see. Let's see. Something's wrong. Injury's part of the game. Exactly. Burrow's injured every year. He gets no hate. Exactly. But he gets no hate because he comes back and do what he did today. Almost lead his team to a victory. But if it wasn't for a shit defense, they would win. Last week, come back, first game. Doesn't like he missed a beat. Beat the rival in the Ravens. So if 5 was to do that, I don't think nobody would complain. But the thing is, 5 shows the flashes of doing that. Today, he looked good prior to him being hurt again. He was looking good. Them first couple drives. So, again, anybody want to turn on JD, whatever, I'm not with that. I'm not with that. Fairweather fans get on my nerves, man. I'm not with that turning on Jaden Daniels, turning on Dan Quinn, turning on Adam Peters after 1 year in which they can't control the shit that happened. C-Rod ran good. Man, C-Rod deserves to be RB2. He deserves to be RB2. If you guys want to call into the show for tomorrow's video, 240-804-7327 is the number that you can call. C-Rod ran good all game, man. He's been running good all year. Averaging 6 yards a carry today. He definitely is the goods. Juan, what superstar free agent next year would you have to come that you want to come play for Washington? Shit, anybody and everybody that's willing. I got to look at that free agent class, but I heard that this free agent class is not the best. You know what I'm saying? But whoever's willing to come help this team out, because we need it bad. I really want to hit on the draft, though, if I'm being honest. Since Unc says we need line who go protect the QB, I agree, huh? We do. We got Laramie Tunsil. We got Josh Connolly, the young fella. But I'm like, that's what I'm saying. Even if we take a God first round, I know a lot of people are going to be upset. I'm not. Because at this point, I'm looking at Jaden Daniels is your franchise guy. What are you going to do to protect him? So if that means taking a God first round, hey, so be it, bro. That's just me. Debo played good all season. Let's stop BSing. He's all we had all year. That's why I want to bring him back. But again, him dropping that touchdown on 4th and goal doesn't help his case. Doesn't help his case whatsoever, man. But, all right, chat. I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. Quick little stream. Commanders lose yet again. We get embarrassed. 31-0 by a Minnesota Vikings team that's trash, honestly. We just made them look good because we're ass. Jaden Daniels gets banged up again. Zach Ertz probably tears his ACL. And life is just miserable as a Commanders fan right now. But we're almost out of this season. Can't wait for it to be over. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Help to watch the Commanders on the road to 12,000 subscribers. Call the number down below, 240-804-7327, to hear your voice on the show. I love y'all. Catch y'all later. I'm out. Peace.
Ballin' like I'm Deshaun, throw the bomb, G. That's IG, my jersey never seen a line.